everybody, welcome to Mark's Remarks. Today is Tesco Challenge, Tesco £25 Challenge, day number 5. Now, I don't actually know what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. I'm kind of winging it, but I do know that it's going to have a boatload of potatoes and there's going to be 3 carrots. Okay, so anyway, that's the bit. Oh, and the usual. There's going to be the frozen 5 vegetables in the freezer. So it's going to be a shed load, and I don't know. So I'm gonna go to the freezer. I'm gonna have a look, see what I haven't done already, and yeah, could be Kievs. It could be some chicken pies. I don't know. I'll just go in there and have a look. Anyway, so what I've done so far, I've taken 3 small to medium potatoes, cut them up into chunks, the usual chunks. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put them in the microwave for about 6 minutes. Okay, and then when they come out, I'm going to see if they're kind of cooked. If not, I'll just put them in for another 3 or 4 minutes until they're kind of soft-ish. And then I'm going to put some butter on them. Well, actually, I'm not going to put any butter on. I'm going to put margarine. Thank you to Graham. I work with somebody called Graham. He suggested today that I put butter because apparently the salt in the butter really makes the potatoes go, very crisp and crunchy. He does that over Christmas, he says, and I guess during the year. But I don't have any butter, and I'm not about to go buy any while I've got some margarine in the fridge, right? So I'm going to try it with margarine. I'm going to put the potatoes in here, margarine in there, oven, and see how that works. Anyway, alright, so that's what I've got going on. So let me just, in this section, before I pause the thing, let me do a couple of shout outs. Gray Rothwell, he wrote to me saying that he was inspired to copy what I've done, where I buy I'll buy a lot of mixed veg, okay, broccoli, cauliflower, peas, runner beans, there could be sweet corn, Brussels sprouts, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, what I've done the last few challenges is I've put a load of sandwich bags out, all in a line, and then I get some kind of little cup with the small stuff, the peas and sweet corn, and I portion it out evenly amongst those. In this case, is 11 bags I've done for this Tesco challenge, and I find it, and then same with the broccoli that's in big pieces. I'll try and find a bunch of them that are roughly the same size, 1 in each bag, and anyway, I've been doing it. It works for me, and that way when I pull a bag out of the freezer, I know that each bag is exactly the same, and each bag has the same quantity, and it costs exactly the same, 55 pence in this case. Anyway, Gray Rothwell, he found inspiration in that, and he says, it's a good idea, and I think he's gonna follow suit. It's handy when you're on a budget, because I happen to know that all those bags cost £6.10, and I happen to know that if I spread them out into 11 bags, then I know roughly, pretty much I know that I've got 11 dinners worth, because how in the early days when I was making the videos, like 3 months ago, when you go in the freezer and you find there's 1 bit of broccoli, or there's 4 sprouts left, or there's a handful, half a cupful of sweet corn. It's a pain in the ass, right? Because you go in there, it takes up room in the freezer. You can't do anything with it unless you put it in with 6 other vegetables. This is a good way of making exactly. It's all exactly used up. There's no little odds and sods left over, and it's a good way. Anyway, so thank you for your comment, Gray Rothwell, and I hope that inspires other people also. Charlie Leach, she's getting to be a regular commentator on the show. She said, actually, she commented that what I should do, because I was talking yesterday about the pork chops and the chicken, that I've got to use them up before a certain date because they're fresh and they're not frozen. Other frozen stuff, I can just take my time with them. Now, it sounds funny that it didn't occur to me because, the thing is, I've bought meat before, and I've used a couple of them, frozen them, with the intention of them being in the freezer for weeks on end until I could get round to using them up. It didn't actually occur to me to freeze them for 2 or 3 days or a week until I've used up the other ingredients on this challenge and use them at the back end of the challenge. Use a couple at the beginning, a couple of them at the end. You know, because I'm used to freezing stuff for months, you know, or at the very least weeks, you know. That's why I write on them sometimes. I froze them on this date so I know how many weeks. But it can be weeks or months, sometimes quite a few months. So yeah, so her suggestion was just to freeze them for a few days. That's fine, you know, freeze them at the beginning, use them at the end, because at the end of the challenge is going to be in a week's time anyway. So yeah, it'd be better. Anyway, so good idea. Thank you to Charlie Leach for that one. It honestly didn't occur to me to, you know, figured freeze them for a couple of days. You know, it's a good idea, but it just didn't twig with me. Anyway, so I'm going to pause there. Okay, and I'll come back and we'll do some more with the potatoes. Well, I've just taken the potatoes out of the microwave. They're in there. I can't even remember. I'm going to put them in there about 5 minutes, I think. If I mentioned it before, just you rewind it. Anyway, so yeah, 5 or 6 minutes. It's still not done, so I'm going to put them in for another 3 or 4. I'll try another 3 minutes and see how that goes. Okay, we're back, and the potatoes are done in the microwave. As you can see, I've put them in the tray. I've put 3 scoops of margarine in there. I don't know whether that's going to be, that should be enough, I don't know. If not, I'll put a bit more. Now, I'm going to put that in the oven in a moment, and while that's cooking, I'm going to prepare the other vegetables. These carrots, as you may know from previous videos, these take a bloody long time to cook, so I'm going to chop them up now. I'm going to boil them for a good 10 minutes in the water, then take them out, bring the water back to boil, or I'll need to add some more water to it, but bring the water back to boil and then cook the carrots back in put the carrots back in the water with all that frozen veg. Remember the veg that I portioned out over the 11 bags? That was the broccoli, the cauliflower, runner beans, peas, sweet corn. Okay, so all that with the carrots back in the water. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And okay, so now the potatoes are going to go in the oven. Okay, I'm going to position the camera this way so we've got an action shot of the carrots cooking, the potatoes in the oven with the butter. I've decided that I'm going to use one of the 2 chicken Kievs. Okay, I've put them in the plate. I'll show you them in a second. Right, so there's 2 in a pack. I'm going to use one of the 2 in there, and these Tesco garlic and herb chicken steaks, there's 4 of them in here, and I'm going to be using one of these as well. So one of each, and there you go. That's the chicken Kiev, which is what was it? Chopped and shaped chicken breast with added wheat protein with a garlic filling in a breadcrumb coating. All right, so that's the Kiev. There's the garlic and herb chicken steak. So one of each is going to be the meat. And then, of course, we will have all the usual veg. All right, so there you go. That's just to keep you informed, and that's what... So, and the good thing is, I'm only using 1 out of the 2 here, and only 1 out of the 4 in here. So, I can possibly do this again, use the last one in here, and a second one out of there, to make another dinner, and it will still leave 2 more in here, which we can use on another dinner, you know. Possibly, I've actually got some fish in breadcrumb, you know, what would they call them, fish steaks in breadcrumb or something. I'll maybe mix that with this, so you've got chicken and fish together, I don't know, but at least I'll have 2 of these left. Alright. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. $90, $130, $140, $160, $169, $177, $179, $179, $186. Yeah. Okay then, just another quick update. We've done with the vegetables now. I put the carrots along with all the frozen veg in the water and added some extra water and brought it to the boil, put all the vegetables in it. It's been cooking for the last 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to take all the veg, put it in the bowl here, and just let it sit until the potatoes are done so I can add those with it. And then, once that's done, I'll start cooking the chicken steak and the, what's that, the Kiev, you know. Oh, and here's a handy hint for you. I bring this up because I've actually seen, I won't mention who it is, but there's a video maker I watch quite regular, and what he does, he has the handle sticking outwards, you know, when he's cooking stuff. My suggestion is, what a habit I always have it pointed to the side, because if you have it here, you know, one day you're going to be talking and then you're going to walk into it and then boom, you know, water all over the place, scold yourself. So always have the handle sideways, or over here, anywhere you like, but as long as it's to the side. Anyway, okay, I'm going to sort out that veg and then we'll work on the potatoes. Now the next step is to do the chicken Kiev and the chicken and herb chicken steak. Okay, so that's the next one, because the veg is all done, so that can just be reheated. The potatoes are very close to being done. They're just one more trip of about 10 minutes. Because every 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, I'll take them out and give them a mix around. Okay, so the Kievs are going to take less time than the chicken steak. So I'm going to put the chicken steak in the convection oven, and I'm going to put that in, like it says on the packet, for 200. I think it's about, I don't know, 25 to 30 minutes or so, I can't remember. But I'm going to put that in there for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then I'm going to put the Kiev in with it and put that then turn it on for about 20 and leave it in there. So so the chicken has about 5 minutes extra than the Kiev. So almost done. Okay. Okay then, we're almost done with the dinner. I'm just waiting on the Kiev and the chicken steak to finish off in the convection oven, and then it's a case of reheating the veg and the potatoes in the microwave, and then throwing on some gravy. Now, what I'm going to do, I've actually got my hand covering. There's an addition. There's going to be a special bonus on this bit of paper that I've stuck to the bottom of the whiteboard here. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. But as you can see, the price right. We've got potatoes. We've got three small to medium potatoes, totaling 27 pence. remember, I've counted the potato. I count everything and then divide it by the sale price, so I know exactly. So that's 9 pence a potato. Carrots at 4 pence each. There's 3 of them, so that totals 12 for the carrots. And the chicken Kiev is 48 pence. That bag of veg is, all 11 bags are exactly the same quantities, same ingredients, and they're all exactly 55 pence for the frozen bags of veg in the freezer. And the chicken steak, that's the chicken and herb chicken steak, there's 4 in a box, and they're 44 pence each. So today's dinner, not including the gravy, because, you know, the gravy doesn't cost anything, I don't think, and, anyway, it's just a little bit of gravy. £1.86. Now, after I show you the finished product of the dinner, then I'll reveal what is underneath my hand here as the Brucey bonus, because it's going to be quite good. Because I figured £1.86 is not a lot. I mean, it's, £1.86 it's not a lot to spend. So I thought, well, I'll make a pudding this time. So stick around to find out what that is. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, the microwave is almost done with the vegetables. So the last step is to make the gravy. And there we go. I'm going to use half a pint. And I kind of want this gravy to be sort of thin today. I mean, because of the dinner that I've got. And I can feel it's thickening up quite quick. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit more water in there. Yeah, because I want it to be thin. Now I've got some little pieces of sweet corn and greenery in there from the water, as you might expect, because we always use the water from the veg. Okay, so here we go. So we've got all the veg as normal: carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, peas, sweet corn, runner beans. Roast potatoes, which I can't seem to get them really crispy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Anyway, the chicken Kiev and the chicken and herb steak in breadcrumb. Well, they call it a steak. Basically, it's like, a bit of chicken with breadcrumb. And anyway, I've chopped it up into small, the Kiev and the chicken thing, very small, so that I can use a spoon. And then lots of gravy. Now, when I'm done with this, I'll show you the actually extra that I thought about doing. So this dinner is £1.86. And then I've got a pudding as well, which would be new to the challenge, because all 9 dinners from Farm Foods and all 12 dinners from Asda never had a pudding. But I thought I was able to do really good in Tesco buying the cheap stuff. So I had a little bit extra. I thought, yeah, well, why not? It's it'll make a change, So I'll show you that in a few minutes. Anyway, there you have it. So what do we have? Broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, peas, runner beans, sweet corn, and potatoes. So we got seven vegetables. The normal, I think it's the normal amount, at least for these challenges. 7 veg and 2 types of chicken. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit of salt on this. I don't usually go for salt on my dinner, but I'm going to put some in there. Yeah, 2 types of chicken. Chicken Kiev, which had garlic, and the other one was a chicken steak, basically breadcrumb with herbs and stuff. So yeah, it's good to mix and match, Because, I mean, what I used to do ages ago was, you know, basically just have the whole packet, you know, like 2 Kievs in my dinner. But now I'm thinking, why, you know? I mean, there's so much more choice, but put a chicken Kiev with some nuggets, chicken Kiev with a chicken steak, chicken Kiev with fish fingers, who cares, you know? Yeah, why not, you know, it's all good. If there's 2 ingredients you like, why not mix them, you know? Anyway, okay. So thanks very much for watching this. I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to come back and... well, that's my phone. I'm going to come back and show you the pudding that I bought for this challenge. Right, stand by. Right, here we go, and I'll tell you what, I am stuffed. I've just eaten that big plate of dinner of 7 vegetables, a Kiev, and a chicken herb chicken herb steak thing, burger. Oh man, and a load of gravy, and I am full up, let me tell you. But because I didn't spend all that much money, it only cost £1.86 that plate. What I've done is I've actually made today a pudding. Oh boy, it is Tesco Everyday Soft Scoop Vanilla Ice Cream with a tin of, oh boy, right,